Hi guys, so this is part 2 of our trip to the NEC Toy Collectors Fair. Now if you've never been before, be prepared to do a lot of walking. With around 500 stalls, there's certainly a lot to see. We spent nearly 5 hours browsing what all the traders had to offer. And do you know what? I was so glad to get back to the car. So I didn't go there with anything particular in mind apart from a few figures that I was after, and the game behind me is a bit of a clue. Now, a few years ago we used to do these toy fairs ourselves, and we've done the NEC twice now I think, so it was nice to see a few familiar faces. So anyway, let's take a look and see what I got. So first off is this Generation 1 Transformers Ramjet. Now this is one of the Decepticon planes that I had as a child, and I had two. Now I couldn't remember the names, I only remembered what colours the planes were. So I had Dirge, which is blue with copper wings, I believe, and I had Ramjet, which is white with maroon wings. Now one of the reasons why I bought this was because it was 100% complete. So some of the planes had firing missiles, some of them, like Ramjets, just have sort of static missiles that just fit under the wings, and then you move them to his arms when he's a robot. Now it also came with the instructions, so he's got a little checklist on the back saying what should be with him, and everything's there except for the tech specs decoder. And I even remembered how to transform him from a plane to a robot, so let's transform him back into a plane. So that was Ramjet, and that is one of the planes I had as a child. And I also got another Decepticon jet, just because I like the colour scheme. And this is, I think, Skywarp. Now this one's not complete, so it does come with its robotic fists and one of the missiles. It's just missing the other one like this, and then there's two shorter ones. So the only thing with this one is the firing mechanism is a little bit faulty, so I think the springs have gone inside the missile launchers. It's just not staying in. And another thing I noticed, it's not got the rub sign on the top. So like most of the Transformers, you apply some heat to this. I'll just rub it, and lo and behold, don't know if you can see that little Decepticon badge there. So yeah, I was a little disappointed when I realised that was missing. And the other Transformer I picked up was this one. This is Warpath. This is one of the mini Transformers, and again I had this as a child. I do believe I sold my original Warpath in 2006, so not that long ago. I kept hold of a few of my Transformers, and then in 2006 I thought, do you know what, I don't need these. And here we are, I've bought it again. It was cheap and cheerful, I think it was £8 for this one, and it's a very, very quick transforming Transformer. So there you go. Not as quick as the jump starters, which transform in like one move. But yeah, this is one of the mini Transformers, much like Bumblebee was in the original line. So yeah, I didn't expect to buy any Transformers from the NEC, but I ended up coming away with 3 of them. So now onto the figures that I did actually want to find. So you probably saw me pick these up in the last video, one of which was this April O'Neil from the original wave of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or Hero Turtles here in the UK. Now this is the variant with the blue stripes, and apparently there was an earlier version that didn't have the stripes, and that was quickly corrected, and she only came with her case. So I looked inside hoping there was going to be a gun or a microphone, and it was empty. It's just the computer case. And if you look on the back, her turtle logo is a little bit worn. But then later on, as luck would have it, I found another April O'Neil. This time, whoops, complete with all her accessories, including her microphone, a computer case, and the Shuriken star still attached to the sprue. And this time, this is the one without the stripes. And if you look on the back, the turtle logo is intact. So other than a bit of spotting in the plastic on her legs, it's a pretty good figure. So I was going to sell one of these and keep one, but now that I know that there are two different variants, I might hang on to both of them. Preferably the one without the stripes, because that's the most sought after. And another figure I was after for the original Turtles lineup was Shredder. Now there was loads of Shredder figures, but they were all missing his cape, so I wanted to get as complete as I could. And this one comes with his sword and his, I can't remember the name of this thing. Is it a Kama or something? Begins with K anyway. The only thing he's missing is his belt, so I'll be on the lookout for that. And that just sort of makes his cape tie around his waist like that. And apparently, if you look at the top of his head there, that bit should be painted, because that is part of his helmet. And every version of Shredder that they ever released, they never corrected that. And the last figure I was after for the in the Turtles Wave 1 was a foot soldier. Now these can be quite expensive. I'm not sure why, because they were a main character in the cartoon, and this one is absolutely mint. I mean, there's no paint loss, no scuff marks, no play wear or anything. So I was really happy to get that. And he also came complete with all his weapons and his weapons rack. So like I said, I was after a complete set of the first wave of the Turtles, so just the main characters, so the 4 Turtles, Splinter, Bebop and Rocksteady, Shredder, Foot Soldier and April. Most of my Turtles don't have weapons, so I was on the hunt for individual Turtles weapons, and I just picked, oh dear, I just picked up this. So it's just one of Raphael's size, and the I think it's called a fist blade or a hand blade. So each figure came with one of these and then a smaller version. So I just picked up those. I mean, they were £4, but pretty good condition. And from the same stall I got the Foot Soldier from, I also picked up an original card back that's unpunched. And obviously it's the Hero Turtles, so that's the UK variant. And so this is the Donatello card back. But I think this is from a later wave, because it's got all the other characters on there, including Casey Jones and Metalhead. So these were a £5, and they let me have it for £2 because I was buying it with the Foot Soldier. And another toy I got from my childhood. Again, I sold this in 2006, and wish I hadn't, because I've kept my Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, but I sold my Slimer. So I've acquired another Slimer, or the Green Ghost as it was marketed in the toy line for some bizarre reason. And he came complete with all his food, so his T-bone steak, his pizza and his watermelon. So earlier this month in Walt Disney World, the Tron Light Cycle Run opened. Now we're not going to Florida this year, I'm not sure when we're going to go back, but when I saw someone's video on the merchandise they got, I was like, oh, I wish I could go and just get some of that. Looked on the Disney website, and there's nothing Tron related on the Disney website. So this particular stall holder was selling these. So these are coins that would be sold in Disney World at the Tron gift shop. I can just about read there, it says "Welcome to the Grid," and on the back you've got Flynn's Arcade. So I'm going to keep this on my Tron Arcade 1-Up machine, and above the Tron Arcade 1-Up machine I'm going to hang this on the wall. This is something else I bought. This is a Tron Vintage Identity Disc. So it's basically just a frisbee that they sell in Disney World. It glows in the dark, and I've checked it under my black light, and it glows under black light as well. So that's a nice little thing to have, just to hang above the Tron Arcade 1-Up machine. Now, there were a few stalls selling retro computer games. I only came away with 2 of them. 2 very minty Mega Drive games. You probably saw me looking at them on the last video. One of which is Wonder Boy 3 Monster Lair. Now, this was only £15. I always thought the Wonder Boy games were quite expensive, but it's Monster. I think it's Wonder Boy Monster World. That goes for about 40-45. So I picked this up. This is the version of the game that's in the arcades, and the manual looks like it's never been read, and there's a product poster there just behind it. Looks like it's never been unfolded, and the cartridge is in really good condition as well. And as well as Wonder Boy 3, I got this Xenon 2. So I don't think I've ever played it on the Mega Drive, and I don't think I've played it on the Master System either. I've only ever played it on the Amiga and the Atari ST. And again, this is in pretty good shape, complete with a really mint manual and cartridge. This was £10. So really good deal on that. I do prefer the original cover that was on the Amiga and the ST, with the weird pixelated fish. And I've still got my original poster with this artwork on that I got from, I think it was Computer and Video Games. But yeah, I do prefer that to this artwork here, because I don't think the ship looks anything like that in the game. No, it doesn't. So that's everything I got from the NEC. Now, we've not been for about 5 years, so it was good to get down there and have a good rummage and look around and fill a few gaps in my collection. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.